Hi, I'm Caitlin Hunter and welcome to my channel. I typically want to share design and decorating videos, but for today I'm going to share a couple of appetizers that we made over the past few weeks. The Crescent Christmas tree roll and the baked Brie bomb, which is insane. They are both pretty naughty, very cheesy with lots of bread. We typically don't eat that way in this house. We are keto normally, and we will get back to that in the new year. But for now, we are indulging. It is the holiday season. 'Tis the season to indulge. And we do keto because keto works for us. Like, no keto, please. Or, just diet, please. So, yeah, the Crescent Christmas tree rolls were a hit with Michael's family when they came. It's just crescent rolls and some cheese and rolled up, and you make a little Christmas tree, and it's cute. I wish I would have shared this sooner because tomorrow's Christmas, so most of you are going to see this probably after Christmas and not be able to make it. But maybe you can do something for like New Year's, like make the rolls but like put it in the shape of like 2021 or something. And then the other appetizer we made is the baked Brie bomb, which is it's insane. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I just made it for me and Michael one night to test it out, and it was so good. But you guys, if we would have eaten that whole thing, we would have felt so bad. Just because it's just so indulgent and rich and savory and sweet. So we ended up taking it to work for them to finish off there. Thank God. Let's see. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I do plan to put out more content. I want to do a nursery walkthrough. We just had a baby girl this past year, and she isn't even sleeping in her room yet, so her room looks still like a showroom. We're doing a galaxy wall in my son's room, and whenever I take down the Christmas decorations, I want to do a few like decorate with me's, like for example, our built-ins right now, they're full of Christmas stuff, and I'm going to take all that down and just redecorate it and show you the process and what I do. A pantry organization video. Yeah. So we have a lot coming up, and I'm excited. And like I said, please subscribe. Please hit that like button if you enjoy this. Comment below if you have any questions. I will link the recipes below in the description box. Also, please follow me on Instagram at Mrs. Caitlin Hunter. And I think that's all I have. Just special shout out to my best friend, Megan. She got me this little mama necklace. And it looks backwards on camera, but I swear if you're here in person, it'd be the right way. And then my husband also got me this Teddy necklace. Now our baby girl this year that we've had, Theodora. We call her Teddy. Anyway, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I look forward to sharing more with you. That's all. Thank you. Bye. So to make the baked Brie bomb, you're going to need 3 wheels of Brie. I only have 2, so I'm going to try to make those work. I got these at Costco. And then you're going to need, it calls for pomegranate preserve, but I have raspberry preserve. They didn't have pomegranate at the store. And then you're going to need 3 different shredded cheeses. You're going to need Colby Jack. You're going to need mozzarella. And you're going to need pepper jack. You're also going to need pecans. And it calls for Dijon mustard. I have honey mustard on hand. I forgot to get that. And you're going to need honey. You're going to need prosciutto. I got this at Costco too. We'll just stick that right here. You get the gist. And then you're going to need puff pastry. And 1 egg. Let's get to making this craziness. Bake 400.
Let's get started. We're going to open up the first wheel of Brie cheese.
And then we're going to spread the raspberry preserve on top. The recipe calls for pomegranate, but like I said, I couldn't find that in the store. And then next, we're going to add the mozzarella to the top. Lots of cheese in this recipe. Now we're going to open up the second wheel of Brie, and I'm going to cut this one in half because it calls for 3 wheels of Brie, but I only bought 2. And I think this is plenty. The end result is very cheesy still. And now we're going to drizzle some honey on top and spread it. I just use the same spoon as the raspberry because it's all going to mix together anyway. And now we're going to place pecans on top of that. The recipe calls for dicing them, but I just put them whole. Didn't really bother us. And once that is achieved, we are going to sprinkle some pepper jack. And now we will add the third layer of Brie. Top that with honey Dijon, and like I said, the recipe calls for just Dijon mustard, but all I had was the honey mustard. And now we're sprinkling Colby Jack cheese on top. And now it's time for the prosciutto. This is a little tricky. The prosciutto was sticking together and falling apart as I was taking it off the plastic. So I really just kind of started sticking it on there rather than wrapping it because it just wasn't cooperating with me. I think maybe next time just leave it in the fridge right up until I actually start to use it, and then it'll stay more solid. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll out the puff pastry. I'm using all-purpose flour to keep the puff pastry dough from sticking to the rolling pin. You're going to want to roll the pastry dough out to be big enough to wrap the Brie tower in. The recipe recommends it to be 12 by 14 inches. I just eyeballed it here. Now we are going to place the Brie tower on the center of the rolled out puff pastry dough. I got a little excited here and started folding the corners of the pastry to the center before I realized I needed to make the egg wash that will be brushed on the dough as you fold it in. For the egg wash, you are just going to whisk 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water, and then you are going to brush on each corner as you fold it in. Once all the corners are folded in, you are going to brush the rest of the egg wash on the entire pastry wrapped Brie tower. Now I'm going to cut 4 slits in the top of the tower to allow steam to escape while it is baking in the oven. So now it's ready to go in, and it says to bake it for 30 to 35 minutes. I am so excited about this. This is going to be crazy. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, it is done. And it looks like the dam broke a little bit, but I think it's still gonna be amazing. It smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna take it out and let it sit for a little bit, and then I will cut into it. Okay, here it is. It looks amazing. Ooh, let's cut into it and see. so Michael's gonna try it. Let's see if it's husband approved.
That's good.
Daddy wants some.
That's good.
It's sweet and savory, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So yummy. Well, I guess we're gonna have to make this when Mom's in town. Okay, so for the pull-apart Crescent Christmas trees, you're gonna need 2 cans of refrigerated Crescent Pillsbury rolls. You're gonna need butter. You're gonna need 2 packages of garlic and herb cheese. And you're gonna need fresh parsley. You're gonna need to set your oven for 375. Okay, so I've opened the crescent rolls and now I'm gonna separate them. And I'm gonna take the pizza cutter and just cut them in half from the center of the longest part to the middle of the tip, like so. And we're gonna take our garlic and herb cheese and put a tablespoon or 2, however much you feel like you want on it. The directions say 2, but that seems like a lot. And then you're gonna put on the longest part and roll towards the short part, trying to keep that long, narrow part in the center, like so. And do that for all of the crescents. Okay, so you should end up with about 32 rolls, and it says in the instructions to build the Christmas tree based on the picture, so I will link the recipe in the description box below. When I looked at the picture, it looked like you start from the trunk and work your way up. You start with 2 pieces, 2 rows, 2 by 2 for the trunk, and then you build up to the top of the tree. You start with 7 across, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that should be all your pieces. So let's see if that works. So here's the completed Crescent pull-apart Christmas tree. And now I'm just gonna brush the butter on top. And the recipe also calls for putting parsley over top of it when you're finished. But I think I'm gonna skip on that because knowing my 2 boys, they're just not even gonna want to touch this if they see something green on it. So this is gonna be my little tree. I just think it'd be cute if I would have had extra dough or something to make a little star to put on top. Maybe next time. This is my first time making this. But I think it's cute and it smells yummy, like garlic butter bread, cheesy. Anyway, there you have it. Pull apart Crescent Christmas tree.